live on my Facebook page on Throwback Thursday.
Yes.
Because we've got to find out what happened with Miguel and Holly fam member Josh.
I'm so curious.
Now, Holly, if someone in the fam wasn't here yesterday, what was he trying to decide and figure out?
Let me fill you in. So Josh came to us because he's just over here trying to live his life. Married for a couple of years, just had a baby, is in a good spot, like just trying to work and be a good family man. Well, he's got these two friends. They're not great friends. I mean, they went to high school together. They will hang out every now and then. You know, sometimes people drift apart once you start a family. It's kind of like that. Two friends we're calling Brian and Zach. Well, Brian came over to Josh's house, and they're just hanging out together. And Brian drops this bomb on Zach, and on Josh. And Brian's like, hey, guess what I'm doing? Hooking up with Zach's wife. And our fam member Josh is like, bro, So now he's stuck in a very difficult situation, our fam member Josh is, because he doesn't know what to do. Does he reach out to Zach and say, hey, Brian told me that he's hooking up with your wife? Does he say nothing? What happens now?
And a majority of fam members yesterday said, say something.
I would say it was 2-1.
Yeah.
People were like,
say something.
You got to step up. You may lose one of these friends, but
it's worth it to get it off your chest so you don't have to deal with it in case Zach finds out that you knew this information.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. So you heard what all the fam members said yesterday. What did you decide to do?
I went ahead and I told yesterday.
Whoa!
Okay, hold up.
Josh.
Whoa. Breaking news.
Josh over here yesterday morning was like, I don't know. I'm not. Now he's like, well, I did it.
Now,
dang, Josh. Okay.
What made you decide to go ahead and tell Zach what was happening with his wife?
You know, I was listening to all the comments and everything on the segment from yesterday. And I just said, you know what? Basically, I just need to do it. You know, right. I can't sit here and just thinking about it, because I know if the shoe was on the other foot, I would want somebody to tell me.
That's how I felt
too.
Yeah.
True that.
I went ahead and I told him, and you know what? I didn't know what to expect. I've never been put in the situation before.
Yeah.
But I went ahead and I told him, and he was actually very grateful that I told him.
Wow.
So how much detail did you tell him?
What did you say?
Okay, so I left a little bit of information out the other day when I started this whole thing with the Miguel and Holly show. So another piece of information that he told me was that he told me, Brian told me that there was a night where he had brought another friend with him, and he was at Zach's house.
Oh, Lord.
And he was in the bedroom with his wife while the other friend babysat his.
This is
so I had told Josh that, or I had told Zach that information, and he said, you know what? That kind of rings a bell, because I remember that night, because I got locked out of my house. And then when my wife answered the door, she was all red-faced.
Oh.
So he put 2 and 2 together, and he said, you know what? I'm going to mention it to her. And he said that he mentioned it to her, and I don't know what happened beyond that. But, you know, I told him, I said, I don't want my name said, because I don't need this in my life.
Yeah.
Right.
But I want to do the right thing. So I got a text message last night from Brian saying, hey, what did you say to Zach? And I just played dumb. I was like, look, I don't need this now. I don't know what you're talking about. And that's as far as that went. I said, that's as far as that went. But at least I know I did the right thing. So now between them to kind of deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do know that Zach obviously may have slipped up. Maybe he just directly said, you know what, Josh told me.
Oh.
I don't know how that went.
Yeah.
I know
and who cares?
the cat's out of the bag.
Not your business.
Yeah, it's like, you didn't mess up. Brian did. Forget Brian.
Yeah.
I want to slap Brian.
Yeah. I really don't care either way. If somebody wants to come knocking on my door, then they better be ready. But all I'm saying is, you know I did the right thing.
That's right. You did.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day,
do
listen.
you feel better?
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know what? I'm anticipating somebody showing up at my doorstep.
Well,
and you know what?
And they put you in a bad position.
But here's the thing,
Not
though,
your fault.
Josh, that's not your story. Like, that's theirs. He did that action, and so whatever happens after you make an action like that, you have to be willing to receive the consequences.
That's
because
right.
You
Oh, yeah,
did it.
no,
So
willingly.
you should be fine. And if anybody tries to come to you, you got to be like, bruh, that wasn't me. Like,
Yeah.
why? What do you expect me to do with this information?
Yeah.
You know?
That was your fault for wanting to share your dirty secret.
Wow.
If you're going to be, what happens in the dark, come to the
Yeah,
light,
and-
tell them.
Yeah, and it's at that point where I'm just like, it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking, like, well, what did you expect to happen? Like,
Right.
come on now.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
so-
Well,
Well, Josh, thank you for letting us follow along with your story, and glad you were able to sort of get some clarity and some release from this.
I think you did the right thing too.
Yeah, I'm
wouldn't
proud of you,
guys agree?
Josh.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Josh. We appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
All right, it is 7:23. Blown Off happens at 7:40. But first, since it's Throwback Thursday, how well do we know our movie catchphrases from back in the day? Holly and I go head to head to win you Miguel and Holly swag. We are looking for 2 fam members to play with us. 877-999-1015. We do it next on Hot 101.5. It's Throwback Thursday.